Hello, my name is Diane Howard. I'll be discussing Oracle's Big Data tools for my final project, and I'll be focusing on Oracle's NoSQL database and showing how a MapReduce job can run natively between Oracle's NoSQL database and Hadoop. I'll provide an overview of Oracle's NoSQL database. I'll show how to start up Oracle's NoSQL database using a version called KV Lite, and I'll load my big data set from the NFL play-by-play data from 2002 to 2012, and then I'll run a MapReduce job on my data set between Oracle NoSQL and Hadoop. These are the products that Oracle provides for working with big data. I'm going to be using the Oracle NoSQL database on my Hadoop file system on my VM and running a direct connection to Hadoop. Oracle is a NoSQL type key value pair database for storing data. It contains a major key and a minor key. A major key would have information about name and social security number, and values store the data such as images, audio, videos, or large objects. The data is partitioned, and there are two types of Oracle NoSQL databases. I'm using the Oracle NoSQL Database Enterprise Edition on my Linux VM. I'm also using Oracle's NoSQL KV Lite version. It's just a simplified version of Oracle's NoSQL database. It runs on one single node. It's not replicated. It has one process running, and I can do my interfacing to it in a command line interface. It's not meant for production, and it was perfect for running a demo. To use it, there's a Java API interface, and there's also another Java API interface to use between NoSQL and Hadoop. The big data set that I used came from the National Football League from 2002 to 2012. The data contained about 5 to 6 megabytes of information, and some of the data was not lined up properly, and there was some missing information. So I had to spend a lot of time cleaning that up, and then what I did was I combined the 11 files and put them into one file, and I had about an 82 megabyte file to work with. This is a sample of what the data looked like, the game ID down to minutes and seconds of the play, and the play is actually in this field, and all my players are defined in my description. So some of the work that I had to do was extracting this information. Here's a look at what the data looks like. So part of my Java programming was involved extracting some of the players here so that we could see who was actually making the play. To download and start using Oracle's NoSQL database, all I had to do was just download a tar file and unzip it. To start Oracle NoSQL, all I needed to do was to run 2 Java commands in 2 different windows. So I'll show you how to easily start that up. Okay, so here's my KV Lite is starting up. This is opening up my port, and everything looks healthy. There's also a useful browser status for me checking the health and status of my database. So everything's running just fine. To load data into an Oracle NoSQL, what I had to do first was clean up the data, as I mentioned, parse out the information, and I selected the primary keys to be the player's name and the team names, and then the value was my description of the play and season played. And here's how it's done in Java. I had to configure my Oracle data store for KV Lite, and then it's just simply once I parse out the data in my data set, I just load in the key and value and then print it out. So let's see how that gets kicked off. Okay, so I just loaded my data in the database, and I'm retrieving the data, and it's printing out the keys. So here's my player. Eli Manning is a quarterback on the New York Giants, and here's the play that he made. These were the steps that I just ran. Here's a sample of what I just ran. I also created, read in some data directly from a string to test that out, and that's what this is all about. So I first ran 2 lines direct from a string, and then I read my big data file. Next, I want to show how to run a MapReduce job between Oracle NoSQL and Hadoop. So this involves writing a Java program to interface between NoSQL and Hadoop. So what I did was I wanted to see what the minor keys that Oracle had created on the fly for me. And that's what this job is all about. So let's see if we can kick that off. Okay, my job is starting fine, so we'll go back since this takes a while and take a look at the results. So after the job is run, it outputs the minor keys, and it selects from the minor keys, it extracts from the value pairs that I have and creates an alphabetical list, and there's it just assigns each minor key is unique. And how it's done, Oracle selects the information out of my value pair to determine something unique for my minor keys. And I just demonstrated how to go between Oracle, NoSQL, and Hadoop. The tools that I used, I ran my virtual machine on Windows, and I had a Linux CentOS 6 version running. I used Excel and also EM Editor to go through my large text data because I had a lot of errors in this file, and I also used Eclipse to clean up the data. I ran my Oracle NoSQL database on my VM and also my Apache Hadoop that I used from Cloudera's installation of CDH4 running MapReduce 1. And that's all for my demonstration. Thank you.